This country, America, has thousands of problems, right? I mean, some of the big ones are obviously we have a pandemic, running out of money, jobs are disappearing. I mean, basically, America's going out of business. But for some reason, on the news, they still promote that there's these illegal immigrants who want to come to this country because they want opportunity. They want a better life for themselves. And I'm here in America, and I'm curious to wonder, I mean, how bad is it in some of these other countries that people want to come here to America where it's not looking very good at all for better opportunity? And let's get into it.
Tonight, just feet from the U.S., hundreds of migrant families are at this tent camp in Tijuana as the Biden administration restarts one of former President Trump's controversial immigration policy.
You know, one of the things that always gets me when it comes to like the immigration policies and people who they want to bring into this country is they show these people, whether it be a woman who has 3, 4, 5 kids, maybe the husband is around, not husband, but maybe the father's around, maybe he isn't. But they make it as if like this is a crisis and we need to help these people. The problem is these people should not have had children. If you live in a country where you ain't got shit, why the hell are you producing more mouths to feed? And then you want to sit outside of American borders and say, oh, my kids, I can't feed my kids. And I hate to use that accent because it's not only Southern American people. I mean, it's anywhere. Why are you having all these children when you can't support them? It's really a very simple mathematical, equation here. You do not have the resources to support children, so why do you get them? A brief little story for myself. In my early 20s, I just recently had to put my dog down. Very unfortunate. It was a long road. I had her. She had a very good life. But when I got her, I was a young man. I did not have my own house. I was living with my parents, and I came home with this dog, and I was like, oh, I want to have this dog, and da 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 da. But I never thought for one second about taking care of it, medical expenses, the cost, none of that. I just said, oh, I got this dog, and here it is. I'll just feed it whatever I could feed it, and then whatever. It's the same thing with these foreign, like this immigration thing. It's like, okay, we're going to show up to American borders with fucking 10 kids and say, oh, what about me? What about me? We want to live the American dream. It doesn't work that way. What are you bringing to the table? All you're bringing to America is mouths to feed, problems. It's not like these mothers have skills. Their kids don't have any skills. They're not going to come here and work jobs. They need support. America does not have support anymore. They're broke. But yet people are sitting outside of the borders and they want assistance. Let's get into it.
30-year-old Sabina has been here with her 3 young daughters for 6 months.
34-year-old Sabina with her 3 daughters. Where's her husband?
She doesn't know what's next. The Remain in Mexico policy, also known as MPP, requires asylum seekers to stay across the border while their cases are processed. It officially restarted today in El Paso and will soon expand to these other border towns. Migrant advocates say as this policy is implemented...
I want to make it real clear. I ain't got no problem with like anybody, like, Mexico, immigrants, all that type of shit. I don't have any issue with it. But the reason why I'm starting to make these videos and I'm more outspoken now is because this is getting ridiculous. American people, hardworking American people who are in this country right now, citizens, are having all this trouble paying their bills, all of this shit. And the government is not helping them. They're making it harder, mandates, etc. But yet they're making it like, oh yeah, let's go to these other countries and let's help them. Shit is bad in Mexico, so let's take their citizens up here and let's give them jobs and stuff like that. Once again, I have no problem with Mexicans. I'm a mutt. I'm mixed up with all kinds of races, right? So if somebody's want to say you're being racist towards Mexico, don't fricking go there with me, because I'm not. That's bullshit. But the problem is say, all right, say you have a house, okay, and you're struggling to pay the rent. You're struggling to feed your children. You're struggling to just do the basics. Would you let somebody just move into your house with 3 or 4 kids because, you know, wherever they came from, they were having all these problems? No. So why the hell are we doing it here? It doesn't make any sense.
Camps like this one will keep growing, causing a potential humanitarian.
Let them keep their camps over in Mexico. You know, you want to give them some tarps and all that type of stuff. I mean, these people aren't coming here giving us solutions. They're giving us problems. We don't need them in this country. If this is what they're bringing us, take a look at this picture. If these people are living in huts, living in tents and all this type of stuff, cost of living all over America is just going up, up, and up, and up. These people don't have any jobs. So what are we doing? Why are we bringing them into this country? It doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, just from a simple way of thinking. It has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with any of that. Why are we opening up our borders for people when we don't have our own shit straight? It doesn't make sense.
Disaster.
It's disheartening, it's upsetting, and really, quite frankly, for all of the asylum seekers that are going to be put into this horrific system, it's horrendous.
The Biden administration insists
these people aren't our problem.
Remain in Mexico program, but then a court order is forcing the Department of Homeland Security to restart it. That court case brought by Republicans who have blasted President Biden's border policy.
We don't need any of the. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I mean, like, this is so fucking ridiculous.
Policies with illegal.
Don't mind that beeping in the background. I got some chicken tenders in the oven, so don't mind that beeping.
Border crossings this year soaring to a record high.
The reason why we're seeing such an increase in numbers this year is because of the lax border policies and the fact that there was no Remain in Mexico policy in place.
The Biden administration says asylum seekers' claims should now be processed within 6 months. Migrant advocates are skeptical, Lester.
All right, Gabe Gutierrez, thank you. There's sad news tonight from the world of horse racing.
I like to try to cut off before it gets into a different story. I like to try to kind of cut it off, but you know, whatever. I made a mistake, but I just want to finish up by saying we need to probably close down the borders until we get our own shit straight. I'm all up for immigrants, all up for, you know, people want to come into America for better living. That's all fine, but Americans themselves are losing their way of life. The American way of living is out of stock. To quote. Pockets of the Future, very good channel on YouTube. I highly recommend everybody go over there and check him out. I've listened to that man for almost a decade now, and he just great content, great vibes, all of that over there. But the American lifestyle is out of stock, so why are all these people trying to come over here? It doesn't make much sense to me, but hey, it is what it is, playa.